Today I'm setting up a Wilbert Monticello for the Old German Baptist community in central Indiana. The church was founded in 1708 and has 4,000 baptized members. The brethren teach plain dress and a rejection of modern culture. Therefore, the family and the church members take care of the cemeteries. They also dig the graves, and filling the grave is part of the committal service itself. When they dig the grave by hand, they use wheelbarrows to take away the excess dirt, and they use 4x4 posts to build a container to hold the backfilled dirt. I've done a couple dozen services for this church, and it took me a while to get the hang of setting up a Wilbert vault with the container they build behind the grave. The most important part is raising up the platform to be sure that the lid can clear the container that holds the backfilled dirt. Doing one of these services would be easier with a vault buggy. I run the risk of having a headstone on each end of the grave and not being able to do an end shot. And with the burial container behind the grave, I'm not able to take it up from the side and spin the vault on the turntable. The box will be in the way of the vault, and I'll have to raise the platform up around 3 feet off the ground, which can be problematic for the pallbearers to lift the casket that high onto the lowering device. As with every service, building the platform safe and sound is one of the most important steps. And when raising the platform, it's even more pivotal to be sure that everything is stable, level, and will not shift either direction. Once the preacher is done with his last message, I will seal and lower the vault in front of the family, remove my feet, my carpets, my boards, and any of my equipment, and stand to the side as the family and the members of the church backfill the grave. In some regions of the world, this is still how it's done on a normal basis, and there's something to be said about this part of the process. I think watching the vault being sealed and helping fill the grave yourself gives a sense of closure and finality to the situation of a funeral. And while being a part of this process might be too much for some people to bear, for others, it's a sense of comfort to have their family and their friends around and doing the manual labor with those who you love. Laying someone that you love to rest gives a real sense of care and community in the grieving process. Seeing the way that different cultures, different families, and different communities grieve is a really unique part of my job. It's not always easy, but it is something that not a lot of people get to see, and there's something beautiful to be said about the different cultures and families and communities we have around the world that deal with the process of death in different ways. Now that the vault is safely above the grave, I'll break out the touch-up paint to get that vault looking a little better, and we'll be ready to swing the Wilbert Monticello.